for my diamond class, skincare class. I don't know what's going on with the internet. It's doing one of those funny things that it did the other day. So if you guys cannot hear me or see me, just yell out. I was talking and I was starting to go in slow motion and do really weird things, which I probably do anyway when I do my lives. And I was like, hang on, I think we've disconnected. So take two, guys. Hope everyone is really, really well. We are middle of the week. We are Wednesday. We've got a few more days before the end of April. Wow. How was April, guys? I feel like April, there was about 700 days in April. That's what it felt like. And I'm so looking forward to May, last month of Diamond Club. So Diamond Club, as you guys know, was February, March, April, May. And Diamond Club, the whole idea of Diamond Club is that you're actually out seeing people face to face. It's a competition within doTERRA. And so then COVID-19 rocked on in and we all had to switch to online. So it's been really interesting. It's been a great pivot, actually. And to be honest, I've really loved it. I've loved getting these online classes together and chatting to you guys about all these different topics. It's been really awesome because normally when I run face-to-face classes, they're normally on the Home Essentials kit, they're normally on Emotional Aromatherapy kit, generally as a rule, and we'll do a scan and it's generally the same layout. So I like this because we can get a little bit more creative and it's just easier because I can sit here with a top on and no pants on. I do have pants on, but you know what I mean. Actually, on that point, I was saying to Steve this morning, I cleaned my house and I put all my shoes into another room just so I could clean. They all got thrown into another room and I actually forgot about them. So I have been wearing the same pair of shoes for a month and not even noticing the same pair of shoes that sits next to the door. And I had them on this morning and I'm like, you know, these shoes, like I need another pair of shoes. And then I realized that I'd left. Like, it just goes to show you that you don't actually really need a lot. I mean, trucking around in these bloody slides, just completely forgot that I even owned any other shoes. And it just made me laugh. I'm like, the art of simplicity, hey? So running these online classes is really easy. We don't have to buy airline tickets. We don't have to get put up in a hotel. We don't have to get a hire car. We can just jump online and riff. So today we're going to talk about skincare, guys. We're good to go. We're good to go. Now, when I put all of this together on the table, a lot of oils came out. Usually what I do is I have a play with the table and work out what I want to talk about. We have got more products on this table than any other class. And if I took all these products with me to run a class, a skincare class somewhere else, I'd probably get done for excess baggage. We have got so many products here. And I was trying to narrow them down, but I'm like, I can't narrow them down. These are all really important products that I personally use. And it's funny because I'm looking at them all going, oh my God, I use a lot of product. That's probably why I have so many orders every month. I don't just have one. I've usually got 6 or 7 because I just go through so much. Hey, got so many products here. So I'm going to basically have a chat to you guys today about what has worked for me personally. That's how I like to run my classes. I like to come from personal experience. I'll have a very quick chat about the skin and how in the biological makeup and how essential oils work with the skin. But I'm just going to riff on my favorite products and what's worked for me and give a little bit of background to those products as to why they're so amazing and why they work so well therapeutically. Okay, I'm excited. Don't forget, guys, tomorrow, pain relief. We're going to go at 10 o'clock in the morning on pain relief. And then we're done for the month. And then I'm going to stick my new classes up for May straight after that. And we're going to have a whole lot of new topics. When it comes to essential oils, there's like a million things you can talk about. And we're going to get really creative and really nifty. So we've got skin today and pain relief tomorrow at 10 a.m. Again, I'm going to come from personal experience. I'm going to talk about the different oils that I've used for my own personal journey over the last 2 years of managing pain relief, like i.e. my back, and yeah, share some of my favorites. So I'm going to get cracking. So skin is our largest organ. So we can come into lots of different issues when it comes to our skin. As you guys know, I'm 45. I have had lots of issues with my skin over the years, loads of issues with my skin actually. It's driven me completely insane. So it's probably why I've got so many products on the table. I often look at other people with the most perfect skin in my eyes and I'm like, oh my God, I wish I had that skin. And I'm like, you know what, Angel, we're all unique and we're all made up the way that we are. I have quite fair skin. I have lots of freckles. And my skin is very sensitive. So it's very sensitive to certain foods, allergies, sometimes environmental toxins that can just really flare up. So if I eat prawns, for instance, which I really love, they make my skin blow up. If I drink soy milk or products that have soy in them, exactly the same thing happens. Chocolate does the same thing because of the refined sugars. So all of those things and other bits and pieces make my skin flare up. And I'm so naughty because I still have them occasionally, and knowing that I'm going to wake up itchy and red and irritated the following day, or sometimes a few hours later. So yeah, and I think being conscious of that, a lot of people aren't conscious of this stuff, so they just live with constant skin conditions, you know, feeding their gut all of these things that they're not supposed to have, that's just coming out through the skin, the toxins, the reaction, the inflammation, it's just all coming out through the skin. And people just live with it and they go, oh, well, you know, I'd prefer that I could actually still eat those prawns. I don't care. And you have to kind of bring some limitations in, you know, because otherwise you're just overworking your organs that are trying to excrete, you know, the toxins that your body doesn't like. Okay. So the skin itself, I've got a few notes here. We're actually from my last university exam, actually back in January, because the whole exam, well, not the whole exam, but the whole term was on different body systems, and the integumentary system was one of them, so the skin. So we did lots of work around the skin. Hey guys, did lots of work around the skin and breaking it all down into little pieces of exactly how it works. So for Chinese medicine and acupuncture, really, really important. So the skin consists of 2 layers, epidermis, which is 5 layers itself, and the dermis that sits underneath, and the hypodermis that sits underneath that. So there's 3 layers, but the epidermis itself has 5. So the main functions of the skin, guys, protection, as we would probably know, protection of this largest organ, really, really important, regulation and sensation. So 3 main functions. When we think of skin protection, why do we need protection? What have we got here? Moisture. So obviously keeping moisture in, and obviously also keeping moisture out. If we go and stand out in the rain, we don't want to be full of rain. So it goes both ways. So managing moisture, managing temperature, managing sun, managing hot and cold, managing, which is temperature, managing germs, toxic substances, you get the gist. So this thing that we're covered in, covers our body, really, really, really important in terms of managing how our body functions. Really, really important. So I don't think so, and I'm one of these people, I don't think that we consciously do enough to look after our skin. Some people do. I certainly don't. I'm one of those people. I'm getting better now that I use these products, but I could definitely do more. You know, I know people that rub their feet down at night with lots and lots of beautiful lotions and potions and oils, and I certainly don't do it every night. And there are often times where I'm wearing a pair of sandals and I'm looking at my feet going, we need a little bit of help. They're looking a bit dry and crusty. Okay, so really, really important to often remind yourself, you know, I need a full body moisturizer, I need a scrub, or book yourself into a health retreat and have somebody else do it for you. That's what I'll be doing when this is over. When it comes to a skin cycle, okay, so just remember the skin, that's like the outer skin here is actually dead skin cells as they rise up. So they rise up from the hypodermis, from the fatty tissue underneath, and rise up, so that this here is all dead skin cells. Okay, I think it's like the top 6 layers are dead skin cells. I should know that, I just did an exam on it. So the full cycle for the epidermis, from the baby cells to the dead cells, it usually takes about 6 weeks to go from baby new cell to dead cell. It's about 6 weeks. So it's always rising like this. And then say you've got a loofah or you've got some sand at the beach and you rub, you're taking those dead skin cells off. So every day you're going to remove between 30 and 40,000 dead skin cells. Okay. So actually, no, I've got here the top 18 to 23 layers of your skin are dead skin cells. So I should know this. So when it comes to using essential oils on our skin, I think there was a study in America done where 75% of the applied dose is absorbed through the skin after application, and it usually takes between 20 to 70 minutes for those to go through the body, through the organs, and work its magic. Okay, it's usually 20 to 70 minutes. If you're using essential oils generally, they can work within 22 seconds, reaching the brain 2 minutes into the bloodstream and 22 minutes measurable within every cell of your body. All right, depending on how you're actually using them. So we're talking about topically at the moment. But if you're inhaling, that's 22 seconds into the brain. So that just gives you a little bit of background on this here, our beautiful skin that covers our body. Now, when I was thinking about how I wanted to run this class, you know, when I think of skin, I always think of my face and what I'm putting on it every morning and every night. But it's not just the face, guys. It's the whole body. It's our hands that get so incredibly dry. Well, mine do. They just get so dry, probably from washing dishes, picking stuff up. Our feet, our knees, our elbows, all these different spots in our body that we just don't look after. So when I'm going to talk about skin today, I'm talking about all the things. Wherever you've got a bit of skin, that's what we're talking about. All right? So the great thing about doTERRA is they've broken it up very, very simply. So if you're using the oils topically, you're always going to use a carrier oil. Okay, we all know how to use an oil topically. It's having your carrier oil, a couple of drops in one hand, and then whatever it is that you're using, your lavender, a couple of drops of lavender in between the hands. Just put in a little bowl as an aromatic dressing into the hands and then rub down. Beautiful rub down all over the body. I think a lot of the research that I read is about bringing the energy up to the heart. So a lot of people like to massage the feet, massage the legs, and bring all that energy up into the heart space. People do it differently, but I kind of like that. And the same with the rest of the top of the body, you know, massaging it down into the heart space. I don't know if there's anyone in here who does a full body moisturize every day. I'd like to say that I do, but I don't. I just get so freaking busy. But it's something that is on my list. Angel, keep moisturizing every day. I think I probably do it every 3 days, which is a full body moisturize. And I probably should because I have a bath most nights. I love having a soak with my oils and then getting in and just moisturizing and, you know, holding that beautiful moisture in and going to sleep in a nice comfy pair of PJs with a nice warm pair of socks and just kind of marinating in those oils. It's one of my favorite things to do, but I certainly don't do it every day. If anyone else in here does it every day, let me know because you probably look freaking amazing. So if we're not using fractionated coconut oil, I love the hand and body lotion. This is really awesome. I really love this because it doesn't smell like anything. And then you just add in your oils. And the actual lotion itself is so beautiful and silky. You know how some of these lotions and moisturizers and Sorbeline, these things that people pack on their bodies, it can leave you feeling really greasy. And you got to put your clothes on and the clothes get stuck and blah, blah, blah. I love these products so much because they've been made with the intention to make it feel really, really silky. So I love them both. The fractionated coconut oil, which doesn't stain, it doesn't go rancid, and it doesn't smell of coconut oil, and the hand and body lotion as well. There's a hand and body butter here somewhere, but I can't find it. It's a thicker consistency and just stunning. I love using it on my hands. I actually really love using it on my hands. It's just divine, and it's actually in the package as well that's coming. I've got a huge package of stuff for the skin coming. It still hasn't arrived, so I'm working with what I've got here. So the hand and body lotion, the hand and body butter, and the fractionated coconut oil. These guys are all essential when it comes to, you know, putting your kit together going, what am I going to use today to moisturize and protect? When it comes to the actual oils themselves, honestly, there are just so many, guys. There are so many. I'm going to go through maybe 6 or 7 of my absolute favorites, and I'll throw in at the same time a couple of my favorite skincare products that I also really love, because when I first started with doTERRA, I was just using, my God, I've got a lot of stuff on this table. There's so much stuff on this table. I'm like, oh my God. When I first started using essential oils on my skin, as you guys know, it was all about jojoba oil and it was all about frankincense. These guys here, that's all I used to use on my skin. Jojoba, frankincense. And I remember everyone talking about using this and going, I would never put oils on my skin. My skin would just break out and it just wouldn't recover. But I got really brave and I bought one of these beautiful jojoba oils. I think I just got it from Priceline. A couple of pumps, a couple of drops of frankincense, and over the face after I'd cleansed. I don't really tone, I usually just cleanse. And then over the face, and I remember getting up the first day after I did that going, wow, what have I got on my hands? This is just next level. And I've spent years buying so many cleansers and moisturizers, and oh my God, when I think about how much money I've spent, I feel horrified because I didn't ever really get the result that I wanted. But when I started using the jojoba and the frankincense together, I'm like, I think we're onto something here. Frankincense is by far one of the very top skin oils in doTERRA. I mean, it does lots of things actually, but because it's so anti-inflammatory, anything that's anti-inflammatory is going to be great for skin. Okay. When I look in my book for frankincense, look how much information is in here. There's so much information on frankincense. Oh my God. So much information. And the key body systems are immune system and skin system, okay, emotional system, nervous system. But there are so many reasons here. There's so much information on frankincense here that pertains to skin. So you've got, let me just run through them, what they've got here. Obviously immune system support, which is directly related to skin, because when our immune system is compromised, our skin is also compromised. Wound care, it's a really, really good one. Any oil that's really good for wound care needs to be in your medicinal kit, because even if you're using it on your skin without having wounds, you're going to start to see the difference. What else have I got here? Wrinkles. I don't think I've seen wrinkles written here for any other oil, actually. That's quite funny. Anti-aging, yeah, immune stimulant, anti-aging, the holy oil of the Middle East. Yeah, it's I think everyone in here knows how much I love frankincense. There's so much information here, actually. It's so funny. You know, some people will use this internally. They'll put a drop under up on the roof of their mouth. They'll put a drop on their finger and put it on the roof of their mouth. I take it internally in soft gels, which I make myself. I love diffusing it. But as a skincare support, again, you can just put it in with your body moisturizer, which is neutral. It doesn't have a smell. Add some frankincense to that. If you're not doing your face, which is what I use the jojoba for. Even the Yarrow Pom body serum is really, really good as well. You could add some frankincense to that. But these guys just on their own, if you moisturize your whole body, you're going to start to see a difference, just because this little guy is super therapeutic. Now, if you like the science of aromatherapy, just look for the different scientific papers online that talk about all the therapeutic benefits of why this is so good for your skin. Okay, I'm a bit of a science head. I study Chinese medicine, as you guys know. So I am a bit of a science head, and I like to see, you know, evidence-based as well as, you know, how I feel when I use it. I kind of swing between both. So if you don't have any frankincense, this is kind of the most important oil that you should have in your arsenal. It's really, really, really important. And it comes in the kits, or you can just buy it on your own, but you're much better buying it as a kit because it's cheaper. So that's number one. What I like to do is I use a lot of the anti-aging products. So the anti-aging moisturizer, the tightening serum. Okay, these have already got essential oils in them. The hydrating cream. I love these products to death. Even the brightening gel. Okay, love these products to death. I use them all the time, and I didn't use them for ages. I think it was probably 18 months into my doTERRA journey that I actually started using these, because I was just using jojoba and frankincense and getting a really good result. But then I started playing with these products, especially the anti-aging moisturizer. This is the bomb, the bomb. Beautiful consistency. And when you mix it with a few drops of essential oil, oh, you are cooking with gas, my friends. When it comes to a cleanser, I use this one out of the Barrage range. I actually prefer this one to the anti-aging cleanser. And in fact, I use other products out of the oily skin range as well. So there's actually 3 main ranges. The Barrage range, which is your everyday range, which I love, but I only use the cleanser. I love this to death. Then I use all of those products I just mentioned out of the anti-aging range. And then I use, for example, HD Clear, which is for spots or irritations or bumps or lumps, which comes out of the other range. So I just mix it all up, but they all have the full range within them. I just don't use everything out of every range, as most people wouldn't. Hey girls, love you. So I really play with this. So for example, when I started, I used this with the frankincense, whereas now I'll use the anti-aging moisturizer with added frankincense. I think this one's got frankincense in it, geranium, jasmine, lavender, our top skin oils. So what I do is I find whatever I feel like using in the moment. Now skin changes depending on what time of the month it is, depending on what the weather is, like whether it's really humid. Today's a little bit humid, so I would probably go for the hydrating cream over the anti-aging cream. I really work with what's going on with the temperature and what time of year it is, and I know you guys do as well. But when it comes to adding in our oils, even though this has already got frankincense in it, I'll add a couple of extra drops because I know how therapeutic it is. If I'm not using frankincense, which I used for a really, really long time when I started this journey, oh hey babe, which cleanser is the foaming cleanser? So the foaming cleanser is the HD foaming cleanser that comes out of this range, which is for oily, problematic skin or T-zone skin. One of the oils that I really got into after I started using the frankincense in my products is geranium. Geranium is, I have no words to describe how amazing geranium is. Just one sec. No barking. Sorry. There's always one animal that starts mucking up when I do a Facebook Live, and today it's Olive, my Chihuahua. I don't know what she's barking at. I think she's barking at fresh air. So geranium has become my staple. I use a bottle of this every month, and what do? I put a drop of geranium, or actually a couple more drops of geranium, into these products. I mix them all together: tightening serum, hydrating cream, anti-aging moisturizer, brightening cream. I love this brightening cream. And I add extra geranium. And I found that when I started using the geranium, when I switched over from using predominantly frankincense, my skin changed again, completely changed again. Skin tone, spots, freckles. So frankincense is really good for fading freckles. It's amazing for fading freckles. I'm not too fussed on it though. I have chemical peels. Not at the moment because I'm not allowed in there, but I have regular chemical peels for my skin just to help it along. I'll just turn this off. And then I find with the chemical peels that all of these tend to penetrate better, and I find that I just feel brighter and fresher. Not saying you need to go and have a chemical peel, but just being really honest with you guys, that's what I use just to kind of help the foundation along. So I love using frankincense. I love using geranium, and geranium is... where is my geranium? So geranium is also, like when you look in your book, this is my Modern Essentials book. I always refer to this, guys. It's my favorite book. And when you go in here, it's all skin. Like it's all skin. It's so cool, actually. If I look over here, I wrote a couple of notes. Super duper anti-inflammatory. So if I have anywhere on my body, it doesn't have to be my face, but somewhere on my body where my skin starts to flare up, if I just put some geranium on, or even some Correct X, actually. Correct X is really, really good. Yeah, I'll come back to that one in a minute. It's more of an ointment. But if I put geranium on, again, just with some fractionated coconut oil or with the body lotion on that area, it clears up so quickly. This stuff is like gold. If you don't have geranium in your kit, pop it in your cart. we're at the end of the month now, so if you haven't put anything through this month, stick some geranium in, or leave it in there for next month. But this is essential. This stuff is so essential. I had a geranium bath last night with sandalwood and lavender, and it was just freaking amazing. I just get out and I feel so good, and my skin feels amazing. So a couple of the therapeutic benefits, or some of the things that geranium works really well with in terms of therapeutically getting into the cells and keeping us healthy, keeping our skin healthy. So eczema, hormone imbalance, liver detoxing, regenerating tissue, shingles, balancing sebum in the skin, and a really good cleanser for oily skin. Okay, this all comes out of my book. It has so much information in terms of being so good for your skin. I love it. It's amazing. So we're going to stick that one over there as well. The next one I want to have a chat about is helichrysum. Helichrysum, when I first bought this, I was like, oh my gosh, this oil's like really expensive. I'm just going to leave it there and not use it. And then I was like, that's just so stupid. Like, use them for what their therapeutic benefits are. And if you run out, just buy some more. Okay, this has been an absolute godsend as an addition to my skincare products. So again, if I'm using my anti-aging moisturizer, I'm using my hydrating cream, depends on the weather which way I go. If you add a couple of drops of helichrysum, incredible. I've got a few people in my team who have helichrysum in their skincare products every single night, and they're like, the difference is amazing. No redness, you know, a radiance that they haven't seen for quite some time. If you actually go into helichrysum in the book, again, skin, lots and lots and lots of skin stuff, lots of tissue repair, lots of wound healing, really, really good for infections, detoxification. I'm actually using the helichrysum roller on my scar on my foot at the moment, with incredible results, absolutely incredible results. This is one of the best oils for scarring. So if you've got lumps and bumps on your body from scarring, could be C-section, could be an accident, acne scars, helichrysum is incredible. 26 minutes. Helichrysum is amazing. So make the investment, guys. Sometimes people go, oh, you know, it's just all too hard, it's too expensive. And I'm like, let the plants work their magic, guys. Let them work their magic and watch. Sit back and watch. All you need to do is apply it. You can apply it as a roller, or you can apply it yourself with your fractionated coconut oil, a couple of drops of FCO, a couple of drops of helichrysum, and you're good to go. Helichrysum is seriously amazing. It comes from a little yellow flower. It's beautiful. Okay, the next one off the rank is myrrh. So myrrh is, oh my God, how amazing is myrrh? Fast became one of my favorites over the last couple of months because I used it on a couple of things, which I spoke about in here. A couple of spider bites I used it on. This sat in my medicinal kit for a really long time, kind of getting all crunchy and weird around the top, because it's a really funny oil, myrrh. If you've used it and then put the lid back on, you'll find that it all crystallizes, and sometimes you can't get the lid off. Like right now, it's gone all hard. But actually, that's really interesting. Yeah, I've used a lot of this. Oh my gosh. I'm having a look, I'm like, wow, man, I've used loads. I don't know if you can see this, but see how the top crystallizes? This is what myrrh does. It's very viscous. Oh my gosh, you know, when you first smell myrrh, you might go, oh my God, this might be a little bit pungent for me, but I'm an earth sign and I really love earthy oils, and myrrh for me is extremely earthy. It's a resin. Oh my gosh. It's also really good for wounds as well. This stuff is freaking amazing. I used it on those 2 spider bites that I had that just blew out of control, one on my tummy and one on my thigh. And they were spreading really fast. The skin was necrotic. And so I used a lot of myrrh. I just basically put like a nice seal over the top of myrrh and prayed. And I had really great results. When I have a look in here, again, all skin, anti-infectious, anti-inflammatory, antiseptic. And when you look at the common primary uses, cracked skin, weeping wounds, which was those 2 spider bites, skin ulcers, stretch marks. There's loads here actually. It's just amazing. Wrinkles. loads. And I mean, this stuff goes back eons of time, like I mentioned in my last classes this week. So investing in your health is really, really important, guys. And that's what it is, an investment in your health, so that you can just grab one of these oils for whatever it is that's going on. And if you're not sure, just send me a message. There's so much information out there on how to use these. You know, we make it really easy for everyone. There's no point buying the oils if you're not prepared to use them, though. It's a total waste of time. But when it comes to skin, which is our largest organ, how good is it when we can just grab one of these little oils, use it as an ointment, use it as a, you know, a barrier cream, whatever it is that we're using it as, and actually see the results. Like even like a cold sore, if you put some Melissa on it and you see the results straight away, and you've used the Virax your whole life, you're like, wow, this is really cool. This is so cool. So you could add some myrrh to, again, these products that you're using. In fact, the tightening serum has myrrh in it. I love this tightening serum to death. But, you know, if you're just using a moisturizer, anti-aging, and your hydrating cream, and you just add some extra myrrh in, I don't think these guys have got myrrh in them. You'll definitely see some results. And, you know, skincare, particularly for women, like blokes too, but for women is huge. People want to look good. They want to look healthy. But we all know when it comes to skincare that you've also got to tick all the other boxes. You've got to eat properly. You've got to eat a really balanced diet. You've got to drink lots of water. You've got to get good sleep. You've got to get exercise. You've got to keep the environmental toxins down. You've got to keep your stress levels down. The list goes on and on. And when we don't manage all of these pillars of health, it starts to show. Well, it does with me. I start to get a bit ruddy in the face and a bit tired. My eyes are sore. My wrinkles pop out, especially if I'm not drinking enough water. You know, the list goes on and on. So we can put all of these products onto our skin, but if we're not doing the other things, we're just letting ourselves down. So it's got to be like a team effort, okay? Myrrh, amazing oil, and definitely worth the investment. Lavender, I don't need to say anything more about lavender. We know how amazing lavender is for skin. There are 5 million reasons why we use lavender. It's so incredible as a skin relief. I mean, it's really good for calm and sleep. That's what we kind of think of when we think of lavender. It's great for anxiety and helping our nervous system, but it's actually really good for your skin as well. There is so much information on why lavender is so good for your skin, really good for sunburn. All you need to do is just make a little spray up with some lavender oil and some distilled water and aloe vera, maybe a little bit of vitamin E, and just spray the skin. I've done it so many times where I've used lavender and fractionated coconut oil, put it over the burn, and the difference is amazing the next day. It actually really helps, takes the itch out, takes the sting out, and takes the redness out. Lavender is incredible. Copaiba, another seriously incredible anti-inflammatory. I talk about Copaiba all the time in here, so I don't even really need to go into any detail about it. Like, it's just a powerhouse anti-inflammatory. If it's an anti-inflammatory, it's going to be good for your skin. So a couple of drops of this in your, whatever it is you're using as a moisturizer, even if you're just using the jojoba, is always a winner. This stuff is incredible. It will kill a staph infection. I know this because I've used it myself. I'm not making up stories, and there's also lots of papers online in regards to how amazing this is for that particular strain. Amazing, actually. This is so incredible for cleaning up infections and skin wounds. One of the most incredible oils I've come across, like myrrh, like frankincense. These three should always be used when your skin starts to flare and there's a wound or there's an ulcer or you can see something starting to develop. Always Copaiba. This stuff is the bomb. If they make it illegal, I will not be surprised. Just like all the other stuff they're doing. Blue Tansy, another really great skin oil. This is a little tiny 5 ml bottle. It's a blue oil. I've never really gotten excited about the smell of Blue Tansy. I mean, it's not a bad smell by any stretch, but it's very different to a lot of the other oils. And I love using it. I like having the blue streaks on my face because I know how amazing it is, again, for wound care and skin and anti-aging. The smell might be a little bit funny for some people. You might need to get used to it. But again, incredible for all the same reasons as these guys here. Really good for bringing the radiance back in. You only need a couple of drops though in whatever it is you're using. So you might be using some of those creams I've just mentioned or something that you're using, it doesn't matter. Blue tansy, amazing. Again, in the book, it's all skin, wound healing, calming of the skin. So that's a really nice one as well. If you've got spots, guys, as I mentioned before, the HD Clear range, I don't know if you can see that, HD Clear is amazing. This oil is seriously the best oil I've ever used with geranium. Let me see what's in here actually. What's it got? Black cumin. God, I cannot even see it. Hoewood, tea tree, litsy, geranium. It's one of the best oils. If something's come up like a blind pimple or a rash or anything that's coming up like hivey, this HD Clear is amazing. It works really, really fast. This is seriously the best oil I've ever come across for acne, spots, hormonal issues. Always have this in your little bag, in your handbag. It's incredible. It really is. So that's part of the other range. There's 3 ranges. Yarrow Pom is another blue oil. Okay, Yarrow Pomegranate, bright blue oil. I'm not going to pull it. Can you see that? This oil, I actually use it. I use it on my face, but only maybe once a week. I don't need any more than that. Otherwise, my skin prefers geranium, frankincense, maybe even a bit of cedarwood. Everyone's very different. I use this probably once a week because it's like the granddaddy of the skin moisturizer. Now, some other people, I've got people in this team that use this every single night. It's very rich. I love it, and I love using it on my hands. So what I'll do is I'll mix it with the hand and body lotion or the actual body butter and give my hands a really deep moisturize, and I always use this. This stuff is like the best barrier cream I've ever come across, and it smells amazing. It smells so good. Oh, it's like going to a health retreat in your own home. It comes with the body serum as well. This stuff's also really cool. But this is definitely worth the investment as a little skin treat. That's how I always see it. I mean, some of my friends use it every single day, but I don't need to. It's very rich. I don't know if anyone else in here uses Yarrow Pom, but I'm so glad they made this. I'm so glad they made this. One of the things that I really love is the capsules. I take 2 of those a day. So these little capsules, I've spoken about this before, but vitamin C, zinc, pomegranate, obviously, great, yarrow, frankincense, celery seed oil, which you can buy on its own, palmarosa, turmeric, melon, and melissa. Powerhouse for the skin, guys. Absolute powerhouse for the skin. Cellular Beauty Complex soft gels. Okay, so I take them with my turmeric pills. I take them with my LLV, my Lifelong Vitality Pack. What else do I take? I take my Zendocrine, my detox soft gels as well. That's what I'm taking at the moment, and I mix it up. So you can either take it as a soft gel, Yarrow Pom on my body more than my face. Yeah, babes. How good is this stuff? It's very, very rich and nourishing. And sometimes I feel like a lotion, and sometimes I feel like a heavy cream, and sometimes I feel like something in between. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Just depends on the season, the weather, how you're feeling hormonally. Like sometimes you don't want a big heavy cream on, and sometimes you do. Sometimes you just need a whole lot of skin love. And so you just make yourself up a beautiful aromatic dressing with a whole lot of these oils, and you just douse the whole body. You smell amazing as well. Every time you leave the house, everyone's like, what are you wearing? The oils speak for themselves as soon as you leave the house. Every single time. Cellubel, guys. This is specifically blended for skin. This is one of the first oils I used. So it's not mixed with anything, but it comes with all the very top skin oils. So it comes with frankincense, it comes with sandalwood, lavender, myrrh, helichrysum, and rose. This stuff is amazing. Okay, so again, you could, it's good to be used with whatever your moisturizer is. So if you're just using hydrating cream, you're going to put the hydrating cream on with the Cellubel. Some people put this on first, some people put this one on first and roll it over the top. Whatever you do, whatever works for you is fine. Sometimes you could use it over the top of your tightening serum, move them in together. The only thing with Cellubel, I've got people in this team that swear by this and they love it to death because it's got all the top skin oils in it. It's like a beauty balm. The only thing I will say about this, where I have issues is with my eyes. For some reason, when I use this, anywhere near my eyes water for like an hour. So I've got to be really careful where I put it. So, and this comes into what I was going to say later, but I'll say it now. Some people do have skin irritations when they use essential oils. I've got some people in my team that have really struggled to use them because their skin just blows up. They get a rash, they get red. And if you do, you know, don't keep using them, all right? We need to find you something that actually works for you. I mean, frankincense, for example, is so great for rashes and flare-ups, and so is lavender. But if you're using these oils and they're not working for you, we need to find you an alternative, because there's no point. There's no point if your skin's reacting. And some people do. I had a lady come into a class and she started to almost hyperventilate. Actually, I've had two almost start to hyperventilate as soon as they got in the room from the diffuser. That's how sensitive they are. And I'm not going to sit here and force products onto people that are so sensitive they can't cope. That's not cool. So if your skin's reacting, reach out and let me know. So for me, Soluble is one of these products. It makes my eyes water to death, but I've got other people that use it and it doesn't happen. So I've got to just use it down the bottom or up the top. I love it to death, but I tend to be a bit sparing with it just because of the eye watering issue. I don't know why it does it. It's done it ever since I bought it, which is really weird. Tea tree. You know, I didn't have this on the table, but tea tree is probably the top skin oil in terms of covering every single base. When you have a look in my book here, where is my tea tree? Oh, I'm done with it. Oh, it's actually under Melaleuca. What am I doing? Here we go. 2 whole pages. 2 whole massive pages on tea tree. Body systems affected, immune system, skin system, respiratory, muscles. So again, there is so much information: eczema, bacterial infections, boils, infected wounds. We all know why tea tree is so amazing. It's grown in Australia. I think it's also grown in Kenya now as well for doTERRA. This stuff is the bomb. So you can, again, add it into your normal routine or keep it handy for the times where your skin's having a blowout. It's really, I mean, we've known for ages, for a long time, why tea tree is so therapeutically amazing. There are so many products on the market that have tea tree in them, and the doTERRA tea tree, I think I've got a dreadlock. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a big dreadlock. This is what happens when you're in isolation. You don't brush your hair. Oh, there's tea tree and there's tea tree. Oh my God. Talk about clearing the nostrils. No wonder it's good for the respiratory system. So good. So hugely antiseptic, guys. Hugely antiseptic, hugely antibacterial, antifungal, anti-infectious, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, anti-parasitic, digestive, the list goes on. 2 whole pages on this little guy. Incredible. So you can add it into your skincare wherever you feel is necessary, but really good, again, for wound care and busting bugs. They were kind of the main oils that I wanted to chat about today. I've got a few more on the table, but I'm not going to jump in there. If anyone's got any questions, jump into the comments. I haven't even looked, actually. Skincare is a funny one. Like, you know, we could sit and we could talk through the different ranges. There's 3 different ranges in doTERRA and go through each one, but I actually prefer to come in here and talk about what I'm actually using, because I've got lots of experience using what I'm using and I can tell you what works for me and what doesn't. But everyone's skin is really different, okay? So my skin's traditionally always been a T-zone. As I've gotten older, it's become a little bit easier to manage. I don't really get as much oil. And using especially geranium and frankincense, they completely changed the whole landscape of my skincare routine. Just an HD clear as well. So incredible. And you know, when you've got skin issues, it affects your self-esteem, it affects your anxiety levels. You know, you want to stick more makeup on, or you don't want to leave the house. And like, we don't want that. We want to be using some amazing plant medicine so that you feel really good inside and out, which is why these supplements are really, really amazing, these beauty supplements. I can never get this right. I'm always showing the wrong side. So we want to be making sure the inside is promoting the best of us on the outside. So important. So gut health, really, really important, guys. I'll do another class on gut health on its own, because there's lots of really good stuff in doTERRA that helps promote good gut health. But if we're not looking after the inside, it's going to show on the outside. And that's what I said in the beginning, especially if you're eating stuff that your body doesn't like and reacts to, it's going to show. Booze, you're drinking too much booze, taking drugs, you know, just doing things that you know aren't going to help you. Oh no, I think I'm back. I think the internet's about to play up again. So on the whole, I think I've gotten across everything I need to. Just remember for Diamond Club, guys, if you're a newbie in here and you start an account with doTERRA this month, we've only got a couple more days. When you purchase 100 PV of product, which is about $100 and up, you're going to get a free tangerine and a free citrus bliss. Two of my absolute favorite oils, especially in the diffuser, really good for mood. All right, if you need more information on this, please reach out. I have a feeling the internet's about to have a big blow up, so I'm going to jump out. And if you guys need to keep talking to me, just send me a message. But otherwise, I'm going to see you tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. I have to do them at 10 o'clock, guys, just because between 9 and 10 is really the only time the internet's good, and the rest of the time it's just a nightmare. It's another whole story. But we're gonna chat about pain relief tomorrow, and I'm going to go through a few personal experiences I've been through and what I've used with great relief. On that note, I'm going to run. I love you guys. I hope you're having a really awesome day. What are we? Hump day today. When you're in isolation, they're all the same, really. And I'm going to see you tomorrow morning. I've got a few giveaways, last-minute giveaways to put up as well, so I'm going to do those now. And I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I hope this was really, really helpful. As I said, there's so many oils we can go through in regards to skin, but I'm just covering the basics today and the products that I love and use. So I hope it's been helpful, and I'll see you soon. Lots of love. Bye.